What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Jazek in the red zone. Now I'm gonna get straight to it. This is gonna be a very long video. I'm sure you already saw from the timestamp. If you don't have time, click away. If you got time, hang out with me. I'm gonna skip all the "where have you been" crap because I don't care about that. I want to talk about the title of the video and what the hell is wrong with the New York Giants, and personally what I think is wrong with Giants fans and things that I think need to be changed. Now, warning, I'm going to irritate some people in this video. Some people are not going to like what I'm going to say. That's all right. We have different opinions for a reason. I'm going to come off quite arrogant in this video. It's okay. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, first things first, Dave Gettleman needs to go, in my personal opinion. I think he's a poor drafter. And whoa, poor drafter. What are you talking about? He gave us Saquon Barkley. He gave us Danny Dimes. Right? He gave us Will Hernandez. Whoa, what are you talking about? Let's get into that. Okay. So, I guess the first things first I have to do is go through players. Right? So, this is where I'm going to talk about. First of all, I think Dave Gettleman's bad, poor drafter. He's a poor GM. He's a poor players GM. Players don't want to play for him, which in my personal opinion can affect the locker room. It can affect performance on the field. I think he's done poorly with signing. I don't think I even have to talk about free agency. I think you guys all know that about how poorly he is in free agency, which in my personal opinion is very key to a season. Everybody's like, oh, it's the draft. It's the draft. I think free agency is almost as equivalent to the draft. Now let's get into that, right? So first things first, let's go over our first pick, Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes. Everybody likes to call him the guy who throws dimes all the time. Daniel Jones has not been good as people think he is. I'm sorry. Everybody's like, oh, Daniel Jones is better than Baker Mayfield. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, Baker Mayfield's having a down year, but Baker Mayfield was like the best. Are you kidding me? Like, Baker Mayfield should have won offensive rookie of the year last year. I'm sorry. I know everybody's like, oh, Saquon Barkley should have won it. No, he shouldn't have. I think it should have been Baker Mayfield. I was crazy high on Baker Mayfield coming out of college, and he proved me right. Baker Mayfield is a stud. Now, guys, everybody's like, what are you talking about? Have you seen his numbers? Have you seen his numbers? Shut up about the numbers. Daniel Jones is tied for first place with the most dropped interceptions this year. That's just dropped interceptions. Interceptable balls, I think he's like also leading. I think he's leading in that. Interceptable passes. Not to mention dropped interceptions, he's number 2 in with 8. All right, so let's throw on 8 more interceptions to Daniel Jones's interception to touchdown ratio, and then let's go compare him to Baker Mayfield. Everybody's like, oh, the offensive line, yeah. The Browns' offensive line hasn't been that good this year. So let's not talk about the offensive line. All right, the receivers have been very underwhelming. Baker Mayfield's receivers have had a lot of dropped balls, and most of his interceptions have come from tipped passes. That's not a quarterback's fault. They've come from balls that have gone right through Njoku's hands or Landry's hands and have been laid into the lap of a defensive player. All right, and this video is not about comparing Baker to Jones, but a lot of Giants fans like to do that and like to act like, oh, we got the better quarterback. No, I'm sorry, we don't. Daniel Jones is amongst the worst quarterbacks against zone coverage. Zone coverage should be easier to attack than man. Most of the time it is. There's a lot of open holes in there. Yeah, it comes with learning, but I'm sorry, people play zone in college. It's not like it's the first time he's seen zone coverage. Now everybody's going to talk about, oh, he's just a rookie, the offensive line. This sounds a lot like the stuff that people talked about Eli Manning to. Get him an offensive line, get him some weapons. This is Eli Manning like syndrome all over again, okay? I don't need this stuff. Kyler Murray has a horrible offensive line. Has just as bad as weapons. Doesn't have Saquon Barkley. Kyler Murray's having a great year. Okay, the only difference between the two of those is the fact that Kyler Murray's just a better player. He's a better quarterback, guys. He understands defenses better. He has a way better arm. Okay, I'm not saying Daniel Jones sucks and he has to go. What I'm saying is Daniel Jones is not this Danny Dimes god that a lot of you Giants fans keep trying to make him out to be. I'm sorry. He has horrible pocket awareness. Not to mention ball security. Everybody's like, oh, that'll get fixed next year. Dude, I thought it was going to get fixed by week 3 or week 5. He's still dropping balls. I don't understand. He shouldn't be dropping these balls anymore. This is not something that should keep happening. But look, guys, everybody's like, oh, when you're a rookie, you have time to come in and get better. Not anymore. In today's NFL, you need to come in ready. You do not have time to be taught. You have to come in ready. Because by the time he's ready to be taught, you got to pay him like Jared Goff. Jared Goff got a contract he should not have got. I'm not trying to give that to Daniel Jones. So I'm not saying he needs to go, but I am telling you that if he does not improve drastically, in my personal opinion, I think he needs to go. I think he will need to go. I'm not going to wait 2 to 3 years like the Bears do with Mitchell Trubisky, and now they're in a shitty quarterback situation and they're not drafting high enough to go take another good quarterback. That's not going to happen. I don't want that to happen. It could possibly happen. I don't want it to. Daniel Jones is a bad pick then. I still think he's not a good pick now. Has he been okay? Yeah, he's been okay. I'm not saying I'd rather have taken Dwayne Haskins. Everybody knows I don't like Dwayne Haskins. What I'm saying is I don't think Daniel Jones has shown flashes to be elite or a top 10 quarterback like people think he has. I think Daniel Jones has shown flashes to be a serviceable quarterback. I think top 20 at max. I'm not spending I don't want to spend a 6 overall pick on a top 20 quarterback. All right, that's all I'm going to really spend on Daniel Jones now. If you have any more questions, I'll see you in the comment section. Let's move on to our next pick in Dexter Lawrence. Now, another horrible pick by Dave Gettleman, my personal opinion. Yes, I know. Dexter Lawrence has been really good this year, has high PFF grade. Yes, I understand that, right? I completely get it. I get it. Yes, he has been very good on the inside. He has. But we drafted in a position that we already had good players in. We had Dalvin Tomlinson, BJ Hill. We still had RJ McIntosh, who I'm sorry is very good. He just hasn't gotten a chance to really see the field as much as he should have. RJ McIntosh, I thought that was a better pick than the BJ Hill pick in the draft time. RJ McIntosh was a better college player than BJ Hill is. He just hasn't really gotten opportunities. But when he has got opportunities, he has a pretty good grade. Okay, yes, Dexter Lawrence has been a good player, but it does not mean we should have taken him at that position. At the time, we did not need interior defensive linemen. Okay, we needed edge rusher. We needed cornerback. And I'm going to get into cornerback. Believe me, I'm going to get into cornerback. But I'm sorry, guys. Dexter Lawrence has been good. And this is what the classic thing that every Giants and NFL fans like to say. Oh, but how many wins does he accumulate? Oh, Janoris Jenkins. Like when people were tweeting Janoris Jenkins, his stats. Yeah, but how many wins did that accumulated to? Great. Dexter Lawrence has been good. Daniel Jones has been good. How many wins is that accumulated to? Now this is where you're gonna go, oh, with the other positions, we need, yeah, shut up. Okay, now you're just backtracking. I know I'm not actually debating anybody, but I'm assuming. So no, Dexter Lawrence has been good. He's been good at the position we didn't need, and that's not important for our team because we were already good in. And he's primarily a run stuffer. Yes, he's been decent in pass rush this year, but he's primarily a run stuffer. Honestly, I would rather get somebody who has an elite pass rush grade, but is a huge hole in the run defense. Because stopping the run isn't really that important anymore in the NFL. Running the ball isn't as important as it used to be. Nowadays, the elite running backs are running backs who can catch the ball. Running backs that you can put in the slot. Those are the elite running backs, not people like Ezekiel Elliott. I'm sorry, he's not even that good. Well, he's good, but he's not, I don't even think he's a top 5 running back. People who just hit the hole real hard. Those aren't the running backs you want anymore, not in today's NFL. I don't care about stopping the run. I don't care about it. I care about getting to the quarterback. Or shutting down receiver. Which we'll get into. So yes, Dexter Lawrence has been good for his position, but it was not a good pick, in my personal opinion. I know people are really going to hate that one, but whatever. Now let's move on to the other guy, DeAndre Baker. And if anybody tries to defend DeAndre Baker, get out of my face. DeAndre Baker is worse than Eli Apple ever was. He is... Don't even tell me he's regressing because he did okay against 2 shitty-ass teams. He's got Eli Apple syndrome to where he make one play and fucking... like he's the best cornerback in the NFL, but then get embarrassed in the next play. No, DeAndre Baker's not good. That was a horrible pick. Should have taken Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy Jr. was the best cornerback in the class, and he has proved it this year. Greedy Williams is having a better year than DeAndre Baker is. That should have been the pick instead as well. It should not have been DeAndre Baker. He lacks the lateral quickness and movement speed that it takes to play cornerback in the NFL. Doesn't know how to play zone to save his life. Still doesn't know the fucking playbook. Are you kidding me? Fuck off. DeAndre Baker, horrible pick. Move on. We need to take a corner next year's draft again. And we just lost Janoris Jenkins, even though he wasn't even that fucking good. So, wow. Let's move on. Oshane Ximines. Now, this is a great pick. I love Oshane Ximines. I would have taken Oshane Ximines in the 2nd round. Now, Oshane Ximines has been our best pass rusher this year. The numbers don't reflect it, but his pass rush rate in terms of pressure per snap ratio, he has been our most consistent pass rusher this year. Not fucking Marcus Golden, who we'll get into later. Oshane Ximines has been our best pass rusher on a play-by-play basis. This guy needs to start and see the field more and more and more and more and more. This was a good pick, but my mom could have made this pick. Let's move on. Julian Love, another awesome fucking pick. This was the best cornerback we took in the draft. Why the fuck is he playing free safety? Yes, he's done okay there, but he needs to be playing cornerback. Cornerback is more important than free safety. I would argue that quarterback, an elite cornerback, is the second most important position in football. And everybody's going to freak out. Don't worry, I'm going to get into that later about why I think having elite cornerbacks are better than elite pass rushers. And by the way, you can argue with me all you want, but there are numbers to prove that defenses with elite cornerbacks are more successful than defenses with elite pass rushers. The numbers are there. Go find them yourself. PFS have them on their website. You can find them. I'm sorry. At this point, I don't even think it's arguable that an elite secondary is more important than an elite pass rush, because all the numbers there prove it, man. But Julian Love is the best cornerback we drafted this year's draft. If I'm GM, he needs to play corner. We have such a weakness at cornerback with DeAndre fucking Baker. Sam Beal has been inconsistent. I'll get into Corey fucking Valentine. I'll get into that. Julian Love needs to be playing corner, but he's done a good job at safety. I love Julian Love. He's a good class act. He's a good player on the field. I love Julian Love. This was a good pick. So now he's finding a rhythm, right? So now we're going to go into Darius Slayton. Good receiver. He's been serviceable. He's not going to be a number one. I think Darius Slayton is going to be one of those solid number two receivers. We still need a number one receiver since we traded one away. I'm not saying that was a mistake. It was and wasn't with Odell Beckham Jr. I get the headaches, but man, he was fucking talented. But I get the headaches. I really do. Now, Darius Slayton, good player. He has been very good. At first, I saw him as just a burner, but he's starting to show his ability to release off the line of scrimmage, run good, solid routes, and make good contested catches, and to kind of go up and just get the fucking ball out of the air. So Darius Slayton has very much impressed me. I did see this from him coming out of college. I was like, you know what? I expect him. I thought he was going to be okay. I thought he was going to be more of a nice, solid number 3 receiver. Came out to be a nice number 2, maybe even a high end 2 if he can keep this track up. We'll see. I'm not saying that yet. But right now, I think he's shown ability to be a solid number 2. We don't have a number 1 receiver on this team. Sterling Shepard is regressing, dropping passes. I think he's a number 2 receiver. Golden Tate has regressed. He's a number 2 receiver. Darius Slayton, number 2 receiver. We don't really have a 1. Not saying we need to go take Jerry Jeudy in the draft, but that's something we should definitely look at improving. This is a good pick here. Corey Valentine, another horrible pick. But then again, at this point, we're getting late in the draft. What are you expecting? But why the fuck is he starting? Why was he playing that much on the field? You know what I mean? When he was getting burnt like that consistently, he shouldn't have gone back on the field. Corey Valentine has not been good. It is not much to say, but I wasn't expecting a lot of Corey Valentine, so I'm not hitting Gabe Gettleman for these at all. So we're done with the rookies. I'm not going to go into more rookies. Now we're going to go into players we have who I think they're regressing. Barkley. Everybody knows I love Saquon Barkley. Yes, I know Barkley was hurt, but even week 1, Barkley was not showing explosiveness that he was last year, and he was not hitting holes the way he should have, and his vision is very much struggling. Yes, I know Barkley was hurt, and he's been hurt. He probably still is a little hurt, although he just had a great game against the Dolphins. Man, Barkley's vision is not there. I don't know what it is, but he's hitting holes he shouldn't be hitting. He's running straight into guards and tackles backs when there's clear lanes that he could have bounced outside that he probably would have done last year. So I don't know if they're coaching Barkley to do different things this year and it's just not working out. You know, they're like, hey man, I want you to start hitting these holes harder. Maybe they're hitting too much flat. Like, I don't know. Barkley needs to start playing like himself again. He's not bouncing outside. His cuts, he's being brought down from tackles that he wouldn't have been brought down from last season. The amount of tackles he was breaking last year to what he's doing now, it's not there, guys. I'm not saying Barkley, isn't a good player. I still think uninjured Barkley is the best running back in the league. Right now, he's not. I still do think it was a mistake to take him. I think we should have taken Quentin Nelson at that draft pick. I love Barkley, but you don't take a running back at 2. Even if he does retire and be the best running back of all time, you don't take a running back. Quentin Nelson right now is probably the best guard. I'd rather have the best guard in football than the best running back right now. I know that's hindsight is 2020, but I'm just saying, guys. I love Barkley though. I'm not a Barkley hater. Barkley's my favorite Giant. Dalvin Tomlinson. Now he's not regressing. Good player. He's a pure run stuffer, but he's a good player. Now, part of why I have Dalvin Tomlinson on here is because of what the hell this team has done. They drafted another run stuffer who's pretty decent at pass rush, which honestly is kind of what Dalvin Tomlinson's been doing. And Dexter Lawrence. We picked up Leonard fucking Williams, who I'm going to get into later. Dalvin Tomlinson's a good player, but because Leonard Williams is here, because we drafted Dexter Lawrence as well, Dalvin Tomlinson's contract is up next year. I think we have to trade him. Get as much as you can for him right now. Maybe try and get a second round pick out of him. Something. If we sign Leonard Williams, I think we have to trade Dalvin Tomlinson. I think we do. I love Dalvin Tomlinson. I liked him. I don't know why I didn't really have to get rid of him, but I think we're going to have to if we keep Leonard Williams. I don't want to keep Leonard Williams. But if we do, Dalvin Tomlin needs to get traded. But if we don't keep Leonard Williams, then we lost out on a 3rd and 4th fucking pick. A round pick. For nothing. For fucking nothing. We move on. I like Dalvin Thompson. It just sucks for him. Now, Marcus Golden. Everybody's like, oh, he's been such a good pass rusher. No, he fucking hasn't. Yeah, he's got sacks, but most of his sacks have come from just like untouched plays. He just ran back there and he was the only guy there. Or he was getting beat in the block, but the quarterback basically ran into him and he was able to just grab him, take him down. Marcus Golden has not been good. He's had a few very, I think like 2 of his sacks were very well deserved. He just put a move on one of these tackles and got to the quarterback. Marcus Golden's not as good as he is. If we re-sign him, I'm going to be pissed. He's going to want more money than he deserves. He needs to be gone after the season. If he wants a new contract, can't take him. Otherwise, keep him around as a rotational player at best. Now, last player I want to address, Leonard fucking Williams. God damn it, what a waste he has been. He had 1 good game, and everybody's like, oh, maybe we should sign him. Like, no, 1 good game does not equivalent to horrible other games. You know, it is not equivalent to multiple horrible other games. We do not need to re-sign Leonard Williams. This was a waste. We lost out on a 3rd round pick now. Great. Fucking great. I don't know why the fuck Dave Gettleman keeps just investing in interior defensive linemen. We don't need them anymore. You know, we need fucking cornerback. Yeah, I know this was a very, very big negative video. And if somehow you're still here at the end of a 17-minute video, thank you for watching, hearing my opinion. But, yeah. Well, guys, this was a negative video. My next video will be positive, I promise. So, thank you for sticking around. I'm finally back. So, that's great. But yeah. It's good seeing you guys around. I'll see you all next time. Drop a like, drop a comment section so I can talk to you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.